Okay, so this is my second test video. This is basically my workstation where I pretty much do all of my fun crafting projects. So I don't have like an actual tripod for an actual camera, so I use my phone, and I've quite literally had to build a tripod with, things I could find around the house. So, I mean, that's basically my design, and it seems to work pretty well. It worked pretty well in the first test video. So, let's just get right into this. I don't know if you guys know what exactly these are. These are basically perler beads, and I do have an online store where I actually do sell these in both keychains, necklaces, magnets, and other random things. They're actually pretty simple to make unless you're making your own designs. Then it could be a bit difficult at times. So the point of our YouTube channel is going to be more or less just to inspire people that, be creative. Things can actually work out pretty well for you. I mean, just follow what you really want to do. Also, this test video is just more or less just seeing how well I could use programs to edit my YouTube videos, because I don't have a computer to use. Like I said, I mean, it's just basically my phone, and I have a tablet. So, I mean, everything I'm going to be doing is basically going to be done with those two things. I'll have a link in the description for this stuff, for, having it for sale and everything like that. But, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, you just basically follow the design, you put them in, and then you use an iron. I use my iron at like medium heat. So let's get this started. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I just like to count them, especially if I'm just following a simple pattern. But another thing for this channel, it's not just about making these. I mean, we're gonna have lots of projects. I mean, we've got chicken coops that we want to build, and a lot of stuff. I mean, I have a shed outside that quite literally needs a lot of help. I mean, it quite literally looks like a samurai went through and used it as a, kind of like a sparring dummy, more or less. Another thing, like with our channel, is a lot of the hobbies that we have, we love to, make stuff, create stuff, design stuff. Mackenzie, my best half, she loves making jewelry. Now, we've got money to pay our bills and whatnot and stuff like that. But, I mean, for our hobbies and stuff, I mean, we have to quite literally, we do this to make hobbies to fund our next hobby. I mean, it's quite literally, I mean, we make the stuff, we sell the stuff, we buy some more stuff to make more stuff, and more stuff to sell stuff. I mean, that's simply the gist of it. The first video I did as a test video, I just wanted to see how well this actual tripod system works with this phone. So far, I mean, it's holding up pretty well. I mean, it's actually working very, very well. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. I'm pretty excited that it actually works. The first video was overall, I think it came out to like 16 minutes. But I did it at the 1080p. Now, I don't know if it's normal for videos to take up to 4 hours to upload. I'm not sure if it's just our connection or if it actually just does take that long just to upload it. I mean, if you got some insight of that for me, then please, I mean, just drop it in the comments. I mean, me just doing this right now is just simply just testing out how well my tripod actually works with this camera and whatnot. And then I downloaded some apps that I'm going to be using to try and edit videos and add intros and all that other really fun stuff. But like I said, we don't have money to put into our hobbies. I mean, it's just kind of, we supplement our hobbies with the money we make off of our hobbies, so to speak. So, I mean, that's why we make a lot of this. She makes some pretty amazing handcrafted jewelry. She's got some earrings, necklaces, bracelets, I mean, all that cool fun stuff. And then, like for these perler beads, I also have minis that I use that I could make different things that she could also pretty much turn into earrings. Now, we are starting a business with this stuff. So, I mean, I'll put a link in the description for that. So, I mean, hopefully the business will work. Because, I mean, if the business does work, I mean, that's more stuff we could actually, you know, make and create and bring new and fun ideas. And I figured, you know, I mean, I like watching YouTube a lot. I'm kind of addicted to watching a lot of channels on YouTube, and I think it's pretty awesome that so many people put so much stuff out there. But I figured since, you know, we are quite literally starting all this stuff from like the ground up, I mean, it's a new frontier for both of us. So I figured, you know, hey, it'd be fun to, you know, document it and share it out there, and hopefully we could inspire more people to do the same thing. I mean, the only way you're going to be happy in life is if you're doing something that makes you happy. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I mean, we've been blessed with a lot of great things. I mean, we can't say we're not happy. I mean, but it would be cool to, you know, be able to, you know, do all the really cool, fun stuff that we want to do. But in order to do that, we have to find other ways to bring in some extra income. That's why we do all these fun crafting things that we make and we design and we quite literally sell. I mean, that and you gotta love what you do. I mean, if you don't love what you do, it's just another job, more or less. Like I said, we have a lot of other projects around the house that we want to do. I'm going to be doing some projects outside. Like I said, we've got a shed that needs some serious, serious help. We do rent the property, so anything I do with the shed will have to pretty much stay. I mean, I don't think there's a way that I can make it removable, which would kind of be a jerk move if, you know, I'm going to go to the extent of actually fixing up the shed so I could use it as a small little, you know, workshop for outside stuff. Now, my extent of tools is basically I'm going to be doing a lot of this stuff with like hammers. I mean, I'm quite literally jumping into a lot of these projects with no tools, more or less just like a caveman using his club to beat a square peg into a round hole. Figure if I beat on it enough, it will eventually fit in the round hole. But again, this video is for the purpose of, you know, me trying out some editing tools and some apps to basically teach myself how to edit some of these YouTube videos that we are going to be putting up. Like I said, I don't have a computer, don't have fancy cameras, no fancy tripods. I mean, more or less doing this to show people that you don't need all that extra fancy stuff. And when it comes time to it, I mean, hopefully everything will work out for us and, you know, we'll be able to supply ourselves with the fancy stuff, and it's going to be an actual fun little journey, and I figured, you know, why not share it with everybody else? I mean, it's an adventure. It's kind of a scary little adventure, but nonetheless, I mean, it's still an adventure. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy people doing some pretty insane stuff on YouTube. I mean, I don't really see a lot of people, you know, starting something from the ground up, and like business wise and lifestyle wise, and then sharing everything from start to finish on YouTube. I mean, usually after they're already, you know, successful and established, that's when they start, you know, posting everything on YouTube. You know, I could be wrong. I mean, there could be people out there that, you know, have started stuff like that. But, you know, I figured it'd be fun. I mean, for me, I'm not one of those types of people who like to really put myself out there, if you understand what I mean. I'm more like the quiet guy, unless you get to know me. Then I'm just loud and obnoxious, and I crack too many jokes too often. But we do have a blog. We have a website. We have an actual store where we sell the handcrafted jewelry and then a lot of this perler art that I make. I mean, I'll post all that stuff in the description here just to see if I could actually get it figured out. I was up pretty much all night last night. Like I said, it took several hours to upload that 16-minute video. I did not really expect it to take that long to upload the video. But then, yeah, I had some other issues where apparently my account was limited and I had to verify it and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I was up pretty much all night. I had a few hours sleep early this afternoon. So, I mean, I'm never without coffee, so I've got tons of coffee at hand to keep me awake for this little project today. Now, once the new year gets here, we're going to be running into our blogs real heavy. I mean, so far we've got it set up. We haven't really been doing a lot of posting on there yet. We've got some random posts here and there. The website, the basic content's there. I mean, I've just been working the last few months just trying to get things started up. I've been doing a lot of research trying to, you know, really get this YouTube stuff figured out, but there's so much out there that explains how to do all of this stuff, and I just got to the point where I was like, well, you know what, I mean, the best way for me to figure it out is to jump in it and just kind of wing it, kind of like the Caveman Theory. I mean, if I swing my club hard enough and long enough, eventually I'm going to make that square peg fit in the round hole. Now, another thing about myself and Mackenzie is that we are a Christian-based family. You're going to hear me talk a lot about Bible stuff and, you know, our views on it and how blessed we are and the journey we've had in life and all that fun stuff. So hopefully that doesn't offend too many people. Because, I mean, let's face it, I mean, there's controversy all the time. But I'm also the same type of person who loves science. And it doesn't tell me in the Bible that I can't believe in science. I mean, I love the Bible. I love the word of the Bible. I've got amazing faith in the Bible. I believe in it. It's my lifestyle of choice. And for me, I mean, I found a really good calling to try and get this YouTube video started. And when my better half asked me, when I first mentioned it to her, she's like, well, what are you going to YouTube about? And I don't know if you noticed, but our business name is quite literally Mike's Making Stuff. And I mean, that's just basically what I told her. I mean, it's going to be about stuff. I mean, yeah, it's kind of broad. It's actually, you know, a wide scope of things. But the way my head works anyway, to begin with, is, I mean, it's quite literally all over the place at times. And I could be wanting to do one project 1 minute and hurry up and get it finished and jump right to another completely off-topic, random project. I mean, that's just what I like to do. I love to build. I love to design. I love to create. I mean, that's just my outlet for life. I mean, if I'm not building, designing, or creating stuff, I'm not really all that happy. So, I mean, I figured, you know, we've got a garden we want to build out there. We want to build chicken coops. The shed I need to quite literally fix up, and there's a lot of other stuff around the yard that, you know, we want to do as well. So, I mean, all of our videos aren't going to just be me sitting here making more of these, or, you know, videos of our jewelry that we make, or, you know, other stuff like that. I mean, there's going to be a lot of other stuff too. It's just, right now I'm trying to get, you know, a good feel for doing things on YouTube. It's kind of like me teaching myself, just kind of like a crash course. I mean, what better way to learn something than to just jump in and do it? I mean, it seems simple enough to me. But everything's always going to be, you know, recorded and, you know, well documented, I guess you want to say. YouTubed. That's what I'm just going to start saying. It's going to be well YouTubed. So, but I mean, that's basically the introduction for what our channel is going to be. It's just a little bit about us. Once we start blogging regularly, I mean, we quite literally, you'll get more of a feel of what we're about, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, and stuff like that. I don't recommend actually picking these things up after you're done ironing them. They're actually kind of hot. But I mean, it's more or less an adventure that we're embarking and sharing with everybody out there to show people, hey, I mean, you could have dreams, you could have hopes, you could have wants. The only way you're going to actually get it is by, you know, the power of prayer and actually getting yourself out there and doing it. I mean, nothing's going to come to you just by sitting and waiting around for it. I mean, you got to make things happen. I mean, like I said, our budget for our projects and stuff like that is pretty much zero. So we, for the most part, have to figure out other ways to fund our projects and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you guys have ideas and ways and know of some good advice for, you know, editing and doing YouTube videos and all that just with a phone or a tablet, please feel free to comment in the comments, subscribe, share our videos, like us, turn on your notifications, all that fun stuff. We haven't quite figured out yet whether we want to do weekly videos, daily videos. I mean, we're looking into actually doing vlogs along with the blogs and all that really cool fun stuff. I mean, we're quite literally putting everything out there for all of you to sit back and enjoy. Well, that's it for this, and I gave you a little introduction, did a little bit of speaking, told you a little bit about us. Now I'm going to go have some fun with the rest of this stuff and try and figure out how to get this stuff done. Thanks.